Hey everybody, hope everybody's doing okay. I just wanted to make a video and show y'all some stuff in my greenhouse. I got this tree chopped down the other day. Whopping $2,100, but it was worth it. That way I can start building onto this greenhouse over here. This is gonna be a greenhouse. Anyway, I ran into some problems in my greenhouse. Never had to deal with before. I've learned a lot, and hopefully some more things need to change, but I had rust, fungus on my plants. It kind of looks like this, those little red dots. See if you can see that. Anyway, I had to go through every single one of my plants and chop off the infected areas. It was quite a process. But anyway, I had to butcher everything. I'm gonna see if I can turn this around maybe. No, I'll have to just turn my phone around now that I done started video. Here, y'all can check it out. This is rust. This is my Nepenthes after being trimmed up. I removed all the sphagnum moss from them so the leaves could kind of dry up a little bit and get this rust gone. One of my friends on Facebook told me that I needed more airflow, and I agree. It looks a lot different in here with all the plants and all the sphagnum moss gone. So anyway, I chopped off all the old stuff, mostly, and lost a couple plants because I didn't catch it in time, like this one. Looks pitiful. And this one, I'm trying to root some of the stuff that was still alive, and hopefully it's alright. Well, I'm trying to deal with this the best that I can. Not everything got infected yet. Like I said, I cleaned a lot of the stuff up that I could. I didn't really know anything about fungus growing on plants. So I thought that these red leaves and the red spots and stuff on my Nepenthes were from like water being on the leaf and the lights refracting off of the sun drops and damaging the leaves. Or not even damaging, I just thought that they were coloring up. So I've let rust, just basically rust fungus, live in my greenhouse for the last probably 2.5 months, infecting pretty much, not everything, but a lot had a little bit of it on it. There was not a whole lot of plants that didn't have at least some form of rust. I've sprayed my plants with fungicide, specifically turbiconazole, because it was kind of registered safe for Nepenthes and carnivorous plants. And it seemed to be alright. There was just a couple pitchers that I sprayed with turbiconazole that ended up not really dying yet, but they're wilted out, like this hamada right here. How that lip is down. It's like when I sprayed the turbiconazole on the lip itself of my Nepenthes. Some of them did get affected, but it didn't kill my plant yet, so should be all right. And I'll let you guys know how it goes in the future. I'm gonna wait about 10 days. Well, I guess our beach trip, 9 days, 8 days, and then spray them again before I go to the beach, and then hopefully it's kind of mitigated the rust out of my greenhouse. But I just want to show y'all, like, it wasn't just in my greenhouse. Like, there's so many plants in my yard that have rust on them. Like, even this, like, monkey grass right here. Well, this isn't a really good example, but you can see the brown. I'm trying to show you something that's got a little bit more on it. I kind of treated some of the monkey grass. I didn't treat all of it. But, yeah, let's see if I can, yep, here we go. See these dots on this grass? The brown? You can see maybe, let me see. The brown on this monkey grass, the brown spots. It's all over my yard. And people were telling me that it's basically a common thing, but this rust fungus kind of acts like a fern. Like, it'll put these blisters on your plant's leaves, and then to spread itself out, it doesn't have to touch a plant, but it has these spores that fly through the air and get on other plants, and it's kind of like a never-ending cycle of rust. I just want to say it's all in my yard, so why wouldn't it be in my greenhouse? But it's something you should be treating every spring and every fall. Some people don't use fungicide. I don't care. I'm going to. I'll use it every year from now on just to make sure I don't have the same problem that I had. One of my friends on Facebook said that he just doesn't use fungicide, that he just maintains he'll cut off any infected leaves or anything that he gets from plants he buys in the mail, and then he doesn't treat them with fungicide. He just gives them adequate airflow, and, you know, like, I'm probably overthinking it a little bit, but I've learned a lot about it. Basically, the rust will affect older growth to start, and if you can maintain a good environment for your plant, the rust won't necessarily get off of the leaves, but the new growth that comes in, if you do have a healthy system, even though all this monkey grass in my yard has rust on it, on the old leaves from the fall, all the new spring stuff doesn't have it. You won't expect to get it on that new fresh growth either right away. Like, it takes time for the spores to bust open, attach, and start infiltrating the plant. But I kind of heard that once the plant gets rust, it's always gonna be there. So I don't know what to say about it. But it can kill your plants. Like I said, it kind of went unnoticed in my greenhouse, and I thought that some of my plants were getting sun damage. It was actually being eaten up by fungus. So let me see if I can show you another Nepenthes that got screwed up. I think I got one more in here. I think I got 3 of them total that got really messed up. I'm looking. It's a lot to look at. Okay, well, this one got messed up too, but it's not gonna die, I don't think. But I cut a lot of leaves off a lot of these plants, like a lot of them. But they're still doing all right. I mean, there's pictures opening. There's still growth on the leaves. Some of them have stunted out a little bit since I sprayed them with that stuff, but they didn't wither away and die, so it should be all right. But if it ain't, you know, I'll probably just jump off of a fucking bridge. It didn't really mess with my Helianthus too much. Anyway, guys, I'm not gonna keep y'all on here. I was just kind of letting you know what was going on. Kind of had a bit of a problem in my greenhouse. If you have any advice or anything, like one of the issues that I have with the greenhouse is the plants that I have in here, they need to maintain a certain moisture gradient. The ones that I like it above 80% humidity all the time. Philodendrons, alocasias, you know, anthuriums, Nepenthes, Helianthus, my begonias. Hell, there's not a whole lot in here that really, I mean, there's some typical stuff like this, ZZ plants, Jew's ferns, succulents, you know, string of pearls, blah, blah, blah. There's some desert succulents and stuff in here that really don't need to be in all the humidity, but I'm just trying to keep their media dry enough that the humidity isn't going to hurt them, which I don't really care about that. I care about all my Nepenthes and stuff, my philodendrons, all that stuff. I care about all that. But if to increase circulation, I mean, is the conflicting part that I'm having is I got fans in here, got fans up there. This fan only comes on when it gets 82 degrees in here. And it comes on just to dissipate some of the heat that's inside the greenhouse. I also have an air conditioner in here. It's on right now because it was 83 degrees in here. I mean, that's circulating air. I'll probably end up getting another fan in here for more circulation, but you can see the leaves and stuff, they move. There's always been fans in here, but I have the whole greenhouse wrapped in bubble wrap. Rick told me I should just open another vent so more air could come in here, and that's probably what I'll end up doing shortly. And maybe add another rotating fan in here, put them on, you know, medium speed or something, so I'm not blowing my plants out of the freaking pots they're in. But I feel like my ventilation was okay, but maybe it wasn't. You know, I had my misting system on every day. It come on once every 3 hours for about a minute, enough to get everything just slightly wet, not dripping. I mean, it was just slightly wet. You know, so I don't know a whole lot about the virus, but if y'all have any pointers or anything, feel free to let me know what y'all think I should be doing, because I don't really know, other than what I've done. Take off the damaged leaves. I spread my plants out, moved them differently, so the sphagnum moss is off of them now, which was holding in, you know, I had them packed in pretty tight. It kind of looked like a terrarium in here. But now it's like, you can see everything's kind of proportioned out where there's no sphagnum moss holding pots together. But what I will say is these Nepenthes are drying out a lot faster without that sphagnum moss on top of them. So maybe later down the line, if everything goes all right in here, then I'll get some more. But right now I'm not too worried about it. I'll just have to water them more frequently. Try and keep the moisture off of the leaves is what they said for the virus, so it doesn't really spread as much. They like humid environments, so I don't know. Anyway, I hope all y'all have a good day, and yeah, just thanks for letting me rant to you and show you. Like I said, if you have any knowledge of how to deal with rust, then let me know something. Thanks. Bye, guys.